we want to talk about Laserdreams' favourite console, we're going to have to talk about PC Engine, right? So today, let's just have a little look through the PC Engine collection. Let's have a blast, see what we've got. So let's have a look at hardware-wise first. So up here, we've got Core Graphics 2, which launched at the same time as the Super Graphics, is essentially the Xbox Series S version of the PC Engine, if you want a modern analogy. The PC Engine Mini and a briefcase there. Over here we've got the PC Engine CD-Rom briefcase with the original PC Engine console. The Arcade Card Pro. One of the premier arcade sticks you can get for the PC Engine, the XE1 Pro from Dempa or Microsoft. It's fantastic. I think you can switch. Yeah, you can switch this between 8 and 4-way, and also you can rotate. You can rotate this bit for your comfort. Plus, it's got auto fire, etc. And we've got the all concrete Super Graphics down there, an absolutely must own for PC Engine owners. And we've got some good pads. We've got the Avenue Pad 3, which is pretty essential, I'd say, and the 6 for the 6-button games. So first off, should we have a look at some HuCards? So if you're not too familiar with PC Engine or TurboGrafx in America, let's say that after it was sort of came out to rival and defeat the NES in Japan, essentially, and it was the first console in the home that had arcade conversions that were comparable to the arcade versions, right? At a glance, they may look arcade perfect. Of course they're not. They weren't as good as the arcade versions, but for the first time they were in touching distance of closeness. Okay? And one of the people responsible for that, or one of the companies, is IRAM. So we've got the first 3 volumes of IRAM games here. I'll tell you what, you think collecting's mad these days with the Evercade and volumes. They're doing volumes of video games years ago on the PC Engine. Here's IRAM, and also, look, Hudson Soft did volumes of games here. So we've got Vigilante, Mr. Heli, and Image Fight, all superb conversions of arcade games, right? I used to play Vigilante in what at one point was known as Games Wharf in the Southsea England arcades, and that's a very close conversion. Not familiar really with the Mr. Heli arcade version, and I didn't really see Image Fight around, but Image Fight is an absolutely badass game that will kick your ass, right? Let's have a look at some other HuCards here. This isn't the one I got at the time, but I got this for my birthday when it came out with the 6-button pad. This was 65 quid in whenever it was, 92, 93. And then it was an extra 35 for the 6-button pad. But they treated you out with this big case, right? For Street Fighter 2. And of course, they had Street Fighter 2 on the PC Engine before the Mega Drive or Genesis. Okay. Quick blast through then. We've got Gradius. Fantastic conversion of the arcade game by Konami. Kajuko Tiger. Taito, also another big supporter of PC Engine. As you can see, they've got Volfeed here. Volfeed's like a quick style game, if you know what that is. Heavy Unit. Do you know what? I absolutely fell in love with this artwork when I was a kid. I'd never seen what the game was like, but I saw this in a magazine and thought, whoa, that is some heavy artwork for Heavy Unit. The game, when I first tried the game, when emulators became a thing in like the early 2000s, I hated it. I thought, this is fucking dreadful. But actually now, I'm starting to come to grips with this, and this is a cool game. So not only has it got like a transforming mech, but you've also got like Greek mythology style enemies. Weird mix. Final Soldier, one of the latter games in the Soldier shoot 'em up series. Superstar Soldier, the first in the Star Soldier series on PC Engine. B-Ball. This is much, I tell you what, underrated. Fantastic music in this game. It's like a puzzle game where you roll a ball around into spaces. Seems simple, very tricky, very cheap as well. Gunhead, classic shooter. I always thought this was part of the Soldier series. It's not, but it's so similar, it might as well be. Sealed copy of Dungeon Explorer. 5-player RPG, no less. Formation Armed F. Now, I'm a big fan of NEC Avenue. So if you're not too familiar with them, they are PC Engine's first party game developer, along with Hudson Soft. NEC Avenue, their sort of aim was really to bring arcade games home to the PC Engine, but there is a smattering of some superb first-party original games as well. So we've got, look at this artwork, Operation Wolf. Shame no light gun for PC Engine. And some mad bastard decided to let NEC license Sega arcade games. Whoever that was at Sega should have got the sack, my god. So yeah, they bought Sega games out on the PC Engine, sometimes rivaling, if not better than the Mega Drive ones. Crazy. So another Sega one there, Fantasy Zone, Space Harrier, Download. Now this is an example of classic original programming by NEC Avenue. Just look at the artwork for a start. I think I bought it based on the artwork from South Coast Consoles in Portsmouth at the time. Just a fantastic shoot 'em up. Cyberpunk theme. You've got like levels in the real world, and you jack into a computer and you've got to fight viruses and stuff. Absolutely amazing game. Fantastic music. Sun and Sun 2, weird one here. So this is a sequel, so a console-only sequel to an arcade game by Capcom. It's like a cute platformer. Darius Plus, the only game, also Darius Alpha, but that's a kind of a giveaway game. Darius Plus, the only game that is a Super Graphics and PC Engine hybrid. And here we've actually got some Super Graphics games. So we've got Ghouls and Ghosts, Battle Ace, and Aldines, which is cool shoot 'em up. So there are only 5 official releases for the Super Graphics, and we've got 3 of them there. I mean, you could count Darius Plus as well, but it works on the normal PC Engine as well. So let's have a look at the CD-ROM games. So let's get the Hudson Soft Cup out of the way. Nice bit of paraphernalia there. Sidearm special. So one of the first CD-ROM games to come out, conversion of the Capcom arcade game, again by NEC Avenue. So more features, arranged soundtrack. Weirdly, in the early days of the CD-ROM, they also did HuCard versions of CD-ROM games. So you can get a HuCard version list with less features, the same for Altered Beast. So we've got Fighting Street, which is a conversion of Street Fighter. The original Street Fighter. That's the box for the arcade card. Monster Lair. So that is Wonder Boy 3, the arcade game. Shibib Man 3. One of the most famous series on PC Engine, Valis. So we've got Valis 4. Valis 3, probably the best in the series. Valis 2, and we are missing Phantasm Soldier Valis. Razamba 2. Very hard shoot 'em up. It took me ages to get off the first level. Not very rewarding either. It does look good. It's just not the best though. Zero Ring, so a conversion of the Toe Plan arcade game. Probably a little bit better on the Mega Drive maybe. It does have an arranged soundtrack, which some people prefer on this, but you know, flip of a coin on that one. Simple Custom, another one that's got a cartridge version. And this is just like an arranged version. Again, up the screen, shoot 'em up. It's called Twin Hawk in the UK. You can get that on the Mega Drive. Altered Beast for the PC Engine. Bit of a shod conversion. And weirdly, I do have it, but you have to have the oldest system card for the CD-ROM for this to work, or else it crashes. Download 2. Look at this Cyber Hitler. So, considering that Download was one of my favourite games for the PC Engine, I actually put off playing Download 2 for years and years. I didn't get it for years. And in my opinion, it's nowhere near as good as the first one. It sort of technically it may be better, but it just doesn't have the style. It doesn't have the music. Even though it's got arranged, you know, orchestral and rock soundtracks made in the studio, it's just not as good. Splash Lake, so yeah, I'm trying to get all of the NEC Avenue games, at least the ones you can play in English. That's like a cool puzzler where you basically have to peck stones away. Hellfire S, another one that's probably better on the Mega Drive. Conversional tile plan arcade shoot 'em up with added cutscenes now, I suppose. Whatever. Super Darius. So you saw earlier we had Darius Plus. This is a CD-ROM of that, but this has got all of the arcade levels and more. They plan to put lots more levels into the arcade game. They programmed them all for this version here, so fantastic game. Here you go, here's something I lusted over for years. So if you're a fan of Robotech, you know that the Japanese version, or the original, that was Macross, and this is a shooting game based on that. Macross 2096. I remember seeing the review of this in Game Fan magazine and being absolutely blown away. And it's a very cool game. See, they made a one-on-one fighting game out of Godzilla. And here it is. Good graphics on this. Absolutely amazing presentation. Like cutscenes, sound effects, music, etc. Not the best game in the world, but cool nonetheless. Sequel Darius 2. Darius 2, sequel to the original Darius. Absolutely incredible soundtrack on this. So we saw Raise Amber 2 earlier. Here we have Raise Amber 3, which is really more of the same, quite difficult. Great graphics though on this one. Bit more R-typey, that one. Psychic Storm, again, this is a cool shoot 'em up with a sort of insect theme. So yeah, this Formation Soccer, known as Super Soccer on the SNES. And this is a Serie A version. Quite a late game. It's like 1994. It's got arcade card support. And he said another example of oddball NEC Avenue original programming. So this is like sort of it's a walk along beat 'em up with all females with like a Japanese rockabilly style. Check that out if you can. Not a cheap game, but a cool one. Bonanza Brothers, Sega arcade conversion. Only fake game in my collection because the original Rennie Blaster, you know, I'm trying to get all these NEC Avenue games, and the original Rennie Blaster is like 350 odd quid. There's no way in your right mind anyone should play £350 for Rennie Blaster. It's a cool game, it's interesting, sometimes it looks like a Master System game. So it's like NEC Avenue tried to make their own version of Dracula X in a way. I would say go and check out some videos of this online. You can get repros for about 35 quid. You can pick from a couple of characters. We've got plenty of moves. Just a bit of an oddball one. Late release, I think it's like 94, 95 maybe. This is a great one. Horror Story from Tower Plan and NEC Avenue. So you shouldn't really say Arcade Perfect too much. It's 95%. It's really good. So it's like a arcade action platformer. Lots of weapons, lots of cool stages, lots of cool enemies. Superb graphics, right? Forgotten Worlds. Unfortunately, the arcade game uses like a rotary controller. You can shoot in any direction. No home version has ever been able to recreate that properly. This is the game that really launched the Avenue Pad 3, which is the 3-button controller for the PC Engine. And yeah, it's a good version of Forgotten Worlds. I used to enjoy the Amstrad version back in the day, but no home version is really that good in my opinion. Don't enjoy it, to be honest. Get Thunder, the game that started the Super CD-ROM revolution. Classic space shooter from Hudson Soft. You can already see from these screenshots, it's intense. Arcade conversion of Sega's Cotton and Success's Cotton, Fantastic Night Dreams. This is available on like the Switch and PS4 these days, remastered. Get very close to the arcade, amazing graphics, superb soundtrack. Star Parodia, so it's like a mick take of PC Engine shoot 'em up. So you can see you've got the Star Soldier ship, you can be Bomberman, you can be the PC Engine as well. So it's like a cute 'em up. Not my favourite. Good game though, no doubt. Gradius 2 No Gopher, classic arcade shoot 'em up from Konami. Coming soon to Gradius Origins on modern platforms. Absolutely amazing. Here we go, Summer Carnival 93, the third tournament official. So this is a game called Nexa, which is one of the best shoot-em-ups on PC Engine. This is just like a Carnival competition version. Exactly the same, just missing the cutscenes. Absolutely fantastic game. This is actually usually cheaper than the proper version of Nexa. I mean, I say proper version. This is a proper version as well. It's just missing the cutscenes, that's all. Crest of Wolf. So, one of very, very few belt scrollers on the PC Engine. And by that I mean Final Fight, Double Dragon style, walk along beat 'em ups, of which there's maybe 5, 6, very few. This is actually a version of Riot City from Sega. Unfortunately, it's only one player, but it's got good music, good graphics. Plays well, actually. Bit limited, but cool game. Choaniki, I'm sure many are familiar with this. Slightly homoerotic shoot-em-up series. Very famous, available on loads and loads of systems. Cool game. Metamor Jupiter. Yeah, so your ship has got like a morphing feature. Really cool, that one. Shadow Beast, so yeah, grew up playing Shadow Beast on the Amiga. Absolutely amazing. The PC Engine version's actually very, very good. Definitely plays a lot better than the Amiga. I'm not convinced the Red Book audio is better than the chiptunes on the Amiga, to be honest. And the music's in a different order, which is a bit, well, very annoying. I don't know why they did that. Absolutely underrated. You can get this for £10, usually. Human Sports Festival. So this includes the sports games from Human. So you've got tennis, but a ladies' version. You've got a version of Formation Soccer, but I think it's called like Fine Swing Golf, maybe. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that should have got its own release. Fantastic golf game tucked away on this compilation. If nothing else, get it for that. Well worth a go. Image Fight 2. So this is another example of a console-only sequel to an arcade game. We saw Image Fight earlier. This is available on that stupid overpriced collection from IRM on the Switch. Absolutely fantastic game. Balls hard. Balls hard. So, we're going into arcade CD territory here. So you need the arcade card to play these, which basically means, well, games should have superior graphic abilities, essentially. Not that it actually gives the machine better graphics, but it gives it more RAM for loading sprite data, background data, animation frames, etc. So, confusingly, this is a Far East of Eden fighter, but it's not the one that's on the Neo Geo by Hudson. I don't know if this one came out first, maybe. It's certainly cool. It's got great backgrounds, but they lack in animation, to be honest. The sprites are wonderfully animated and the music's good. It plays really well. You need the 6-button pad ideally for this. And it's cheap if you're looking for arcade card games. I think I got this brand new for under 25 quid. One that is pricey these days, Mad Stalker. So this is another one. Come out on the Mega Drive recently. Mech-based walk-along action game. You can get a souped-up version on the PlayStation of this. Not sure that it really needs the arcade card, but cool game. Oh dear. So yeah, a legend of the PC Engine. So this was originally penned to come out for the Super Graphics, and then the Super CD-ROM, and then it finally come out in like 94, maybe 95 on the arcade card. Strider Hero arcade game from Capcom. What can you say about this one? The presentation of the PC Engine arcade card version is absolutely amazing. The cutscenes, sensational. Lots of speech. It's got a couple of extra brand new levels, but the game looks, considering the Mega Drive version came out in 1990 and was fantastic. I'm not a massive fan of Strider, to be honest, but can't deny fantastic conversion for the Mega Drive. This, the sprite's small, it flickers, the colour palette's not great. Oh, it's just a bit ropey. Not horrendous, but it's just, yeah, they could have done so much better. Shame. Neo Geo conversion, World Heroes 2, very good conversion. And again, Neo Geo conversion, The Art of Fighting. Fatal Fury Special. Great Red Book soundtrack on this. And then, pretty cool to that, Fatal Fury 2. And we actually almost forgot the Namco selection. So, I am trying to go Namco complete, but I don't want to buy Tower of Draga because I don't like it and that's a bit expensive. But we're going to get there. So we've got Xevious, quickly, Gallagher 88, Wonder Momo, World Court Tennis, March and Maze. A PC Engine version lacks the isometric viewpoint from the arcade. Not the best. It's okay. Cool Shooter, Final Blaster. Legend of the Valkyrie. Tales of the Monster Path. Bravo Man, or Bravo Man in America. The first game I ever got on the PC Engine when I got it with my Core Graphics 2 in 1992. Splatterhouse. Fine arcade conversion. And just one of the best arcade games ever. There you are, brother. Pac-Land, fantastic. Another one I played in the arcades as a kid. Fantastic arcade conversion. Dragon Saber. Great up-the-screen shooter. The sequel to Dragon Spirit. And here's something annoying about the Namco collection on PC Engine. Look at this lack of uniformity. Why does it go from the beige topper, even though this was an early-ish game? It's got a different design. How annoying. Samurai Ghost. And then Samurai Ghost 2, again, eschewing the classic design. And a later HuCard game in these white cases. How annoying, it's not uniform. There you go. What a mess we've made. Not too bad. Any questions about PC Engine stuff, drop me a line. What are your favourite PC Engine games? Do you got a PC Engine? Have you got a TurboGrafx 16? If you like PC Engine, drop us a line, drop us a comment, and have a good rest of the day.